Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Tom Totten. I'm a solution architect for Velocio, and today we'd like to talk about the Dynamics 365 Sales Professional and how that all works. So just to kind of get started here, if you have any questions throughout this webinar, please enter them into the chat or the question window, and we'll try to answer them throughout the presentation. And if for some reason we don't get to them by the end, we will respond to those through email and make sure that we get back to you. So let's get started. Let's see. To begin with, we're going to talk about some of the business challenges in a sales organization and how Dynamics 365 can take care of those challenges. And we'll also look at an overview of Dynamics 365 Sales Professional. We'll also go through a live application presentation and then get into some licensing functionality, just so that we're clear on what the Sales Professional license is compared to the Enterprise license. So let's get started. Dynamics 365 for Sales Professional. One of the consequences of living in the digital era is that we're bombarded with information, short on attention, and driven to distraction. And sellers are not immune. They have to navigate data, processes, and tools while making sense of conflicting and unclear expectations. In fact, 59% of sellers say they have too many sales tools, and 50% of workers don't know what's expected of them. According to Accenture's analysis, distractions reduce sellers' performance by 14%, a significant cost to organizations. So 14% of a $100 million company equates to $14 million a year in lost revenue. If we can just improve that 14% to 10%, that's an increase in revenue of $4 million a year. In addition to distractions, sellers face increasing complexity in today's sales environment. Sellers have to juggle an average of 6.8 stakeholders and 16 colleagues per deal. And that results in longer and more complex sales cycles. Sellers are on twice as many teams now compared with just a few years ago, and they work while on the go, complicating collaboration efforts. What can sales leaders do to drive sales productivity in an environment filled with distractions and complexity? Well, Microsoft Dynamics 365 helps organizations modernize sales productivity in the face of these challenges. With Dynamics 365, sellers can do less, not more, by focusing on what's most important, with streamlined workflows, with sales tools tailored to just what they need, and as a result, sellers can overcome the distractions and complexity to regain focus and sales momentum. Let's take a look at how Dynamics 365 helps sellers focus on what's most important. As sellers juggle an increasing number of stakeholders, it gets harder to tailor and personalize interactions. Dynamics 365 provides a holistic view of the customer's interaction history, so sellers have the context and knowledge to personalize every interaction with buyers. And then, to prevent distractions, organizations need to narrow down the optimal choices for sellers. And with Dynamics 365, sellers can get guidance towards optimal outcomes. Directly inside the sales records they're working on, sellers they get to see specific steps needed to move the deal forward. And then third here, as discussed earlier, many sellers are unclear of what's expected of them. Is it just close deals? Is it to build pipeline? Is it to acquire new customers or retain existing customers? Frequently, goals conflict, creating distractions for sellers. Dynamics 365 provides contextual, real-time dashboards for sellers and leaders so that the entire sales team knows what metrics to focus on and can take coordinated action toward the organization's specific goals. Next, let's take a look at how Dynamics 365 streamlines seller workflows. Number one, new sales tools, if not intuitive and integrated into the seller's daily routine and workflow, will become a distraction. With Dynamics 365, sales capabilities are embedded inside familiar tools like Office 365, Outlook, and that's where sellers are already working. For example, sellers can create a new lead or view sales data about Dynamics 365 contacts and leads while working inside of Outlook. 2, as we mentioned earlier, today's sellers work on the go. Modern sales tools need to support this contemporary mode of work. Dynamics 365 enables sellers to work anytime, anywhere with the mobile application across web, smartphone, and tablet. And sellers stay productive with mobile-optimized capabilities like voice-enabled commands, contextual news, and task flows that make it quick to conduct sales activities while on the road. And number 3, with more and more people involved in sales deals, sellers need new ways to collaborate. Dynamics 365 helps sellers collaborate on sales documents and stay connected to conversations around those deals. You can even collaborate with customers or colleagues from other functions while maintaining complete control over the data. So with Dynamics 365, you can start simple with just the capabilities your sales teams need now and support additional business needs as the business grows. The flexible and adaptable platform, it lets you get up and running quickly with prepackaged applications without the need to spend extra time and money setting up and deploying capabilities you don't need right now. You can also configure the sales application for specific sales processes without technical resources. And with Dynamics 365, you can count on a platform that meets your needs today and scales and adapts to your needs in the future. When your sales organization is ready, you can add more advanced capabilities in sales and beyond, from predictive lead scoring to LinkedIn integration to marketing, customer service, etc. So today here's our list of things we're going to look at. We're going to navigate throughout the system so you know what we're looking at. We're going to look at dashboards and activities. We're going to talk about account and contact management. We're going to go through lead and opportunity management, converting leads to opportunities, and then into quotes and ultimately orders and invoices. There is case management with the SalesProfessional. We'll talk about that, as well as take a quick peek at the products and the price lists and unit groups, the calendar, and some sales settings. So that's kind of our plan for today. So let's go into our live presentation.